Morning everybody, it's Matt with Family Tradition Farms. Hey, we've been working on the John Deere 4430 back behind me this winter. Added a few little accessories, I guess, if you want to call them that. I want to show you today what we've been doing and how this is going to help us this spring. So stick around, we're going to do a walk around of the tractor. Should be a pretty quick video, but just so you guys can see what we've been up to. Well, the newest thing you can see is, bam, light bar. So we went ahead and added a light bar in the front. It's got working lights up in the fenders. They work, but they're old, they're halogens, they're not super bright. I did look at buying those LEDs to put in there, and geez, those things are expensive. Light bar, Amazon, like 25 bucks. Yeah, we can do that. And I bought it on Black Friday. So with the light bar, we actually got some LED cubes for the back. So we got 2 cubes. I actually have 2 more to go up top. I just not gonna worry about wiring those in. After I got these bottom ones wired up and turned them on and realized how bright they were, I don't think I actually need the 2 up top. So we may add those later, may stick them somewhere else. Not gonna get too overzealous on throwing lights everywhere on this thing. We should only have to use it during planting, running at night. But let's show you guys just how we ran our wires. And how we installed a switch in the cab in case you guys want to add some extra lights to your tractors. Okay, we'll start with the front here. Obviously everything's still wide open. I haven't tied up wires, or I haven't even hit any heat shrink yet. But so we just mounted our light bar just to our weights here. Just got some U-bolts, some strap iron, drilled some holes. It's mounted onto the weights. I've seen people come down and mount onto these sides. I wasn't a huge fan of that because I do have some extra weights. If I wanted to throw them on or take them off, I'd have to undo my whole light. So we just did some U-bolts. Pretty simple. We just ran the wire. It goes up through here and it crosses to the other side. When we cross to the other side here, we go up over top the radiator. I'm not sure if you can see or not, but yeah, the wire kind of follows along the main harness here. We travel up and then we end up going into the cab up there. So once we pop into the cab, again, got to still button all this up. We come in up top here. It's this wire right here. And we come into a switch. I'll jump up in the cab and show you guys that here in just a second. But that switch, it has 2 switches, front light bar and rear lights. Perfect. Again, Amazon, it was like 10 bucks. And it fit basically perfect. We had to trim out the edge just a little bit there to get around the cigarette lighter. But yeah, fits basically perfect. Once we tied into that, this red and yellow wire is actually where we're getting power from. This other blue and white wire, that is what's going to our rear lights. Again, we just kind of routed it down under here, up through here, all the way back. Still got to hide the wires and tie it into our rear cube lights in the back. Let's jump around to the other side and show you the switch and how we actually connected them. So here's a little better picture of the switch. Again, it's not perfect, but you know, we kind of cover up the tack a little bit there, but way better than what it was. It's just a rocker switch, LED light bar, and rear lights. Perfect. Still got to screw that down, attach in, but that should be good. We got our wires run back here to the back. Again, this is I'm all about functionality over form. We by no means have a show tractor here. I mean, the fenders are twisted. Both fenders are pretty dinged up. Wires are hanging out. Heck, cab is Cab kit's non-existent. So I'm not worried about what it looks like. I just want to have some lights so that I can use it. Let's see. Yeah, so these red and yellow wires were actually already here. The guy that owned it before me, I'm not sure why he was pulling accessory power, but he'd actually already done the hard part over here on the fuse panel. So the fuse panel, we don't want these lights on all the time. As you can see, I hit that switch, nothing came on. We only want them on when the key is on or when the tractor's running. So we have to add an additional fuse right here at the top. You can buy them at Amazon, or you can buy them at John Deere. You can buy them basically anywhere. I think this is probably a 10 amp. I didn't take it off, but I'm going to assume that's what it is. And he just put it on just up here at the top. There's a spare on these fuse panels. If you don't have mechanical front wheel drive, which we don't, you got a couple extra spots up here to add to that bus harness. So the red's power, your yellow comes down, and it's grounded out down here. So super easy. And he just ran the cable over top here, in which I then snagged and ran it into the back of my harness, or well, the back of my light switch here. And again, very easy. It was pretty much just a plug and play. Just put on some crimp connectors and that just pushed right on. All of these lights, like I say, are from Amazon. They're actually a Light, if you're interested. I'm not sponsored, not paid for them, but they're pretty good for what they are. I've got less than 80 bucks in the whole setup. Front light bar, 4 cube lights, and this cool switch. I will come back down here later tonight and show you the lights when it's dark. Obviously right now it won't really do me any good to turn them on. In fact, this is actually even a backlit switch. I don't know if, yeah, there it goes. You can kind of see it. These are green, which, you know, John Deere, green. Gotta have green. They have different colors, blue, red. It just worked out good that this one was green. And whenever you flick them on, it lights up the top. Flick the back on it, lights up the top. So you know what is on when you're out using the tractor at night. So that was a pretty cool thing too. Like I said, I won't be using the tractor a lot at night, but the little bit that I do use it, I want to make sure that I can see, because these sound guards are awesome for visibility compared to some other tractors, but the side fender lights are just not, they're not real effective at getting out there. And I still have them. They're still hooked up down here. They'll still turn on, so they'll light up each side. Enough where I can see the front tires. In fact, that's maybe where I put the other 2 cubes, is down here on each one of the battery boxes. I've seen people wire those in where they kind of just shine out each direction, and then you've got LED bright light out the front and LEDs out the sides where you can see all of your workspace all the way around. Basically, all of the curved glass in the Soundguard cab would have light emitting from it. And then your back, of course, obviously, just straight out the back. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. This was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. It's pretty time consuming, just running wires and crimping, and I'm by no means an electrician. I've got tools strung everywhere, but it really wasn't too bad. If you're wanting to add accessory lights to the front of your Soundguard tractor, highly recommend doing it. Like I said, $100 on Amazon, you can get lights and switches and have some old spare wire laying around. Just wire them up. Yeah, it's good and fully dark out. It's just a dusk dawn light going on. Actually got a little bit of snow coming down right now. So let's show you guys how these work lights, new LEDs, work on the tractor. I know you can't tell, but I'm climbing into the cab right now. Alright, first thing, got our LED lights. I really like that. Adds a nice little glow inside the tractor. Let's start with, let's do the front. LED light bar. Boom! Look at that. That is, yeah, that sucker's bright. go ahead and add the side lights too. Just enough of a glow to let us kind of be able to see what's right here next to us. See, those are just the fender lights. They don't really even compare to that LED, but you know, at least lets me see the front tires as opposed to not. So that'll work. Shut him off. And here's the back lights. Yeah, light it up. These are just floodlights, so it doesn't really matter how I angle them. They pretty well cover the whole work area that I need them to. That is more than enough light, especially for this little 6-row planter. So yeah, that's it. Less than $100 on Amazon, and you got LEDs all the way around. All right, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed the video and the quick little walk around of how to add some accessory lights into your John Deere SoundGuard series cab, whether it be a 30 series, a 40 series. I think even the 50 series are probably the same. Maybe the 55s and 60s, I'm not real sure on that. But gives you an idea of at least how to do it. As you can see, I mean, they're bright. These suckers are... We're going to turn them on at night when we're out planting. We should be able to see the complete other end of the field. That way I can really get my tree PS dialed in just right. You know, I don't want to be veering side to side, you know, having to search for a connection. I see the tree or my marker on when I'm planting. So really excited to get these out in the field. You'll see them this spring in the spring planting video. I appreciate you hanging out with me, guys. Thanks, and y'all have a good one.